For 3 months, the Dominion have led a relentless advance against the Federation, and now their prize, and now victory, is within their grasp. Greetings, loyal members, this is the Dominion War. Last month, Starfleet's failed counterattacks resulted in the Battle of Tyra at the inner front, as well as the continuing Battle of Kephiria, which is still going on. In the centre, the Dominion advanced on Vulcan, creating the Balaris Pocket, and further afield, in the outer front, the Klingons engaged Dominion Fleet Group Gamma. And that brings us up to this month. On the inner front, the Dominion continue their advance, only really opposed by a single Federation fleet at Gazar Prime, which they are now surrounding, taking Sentinel Minor and occupying Morkin. They are separating the Federation from many of its outer colonies. The Dominion's centre also makes a sweeping advance this month, with the Jem'Hadar fleet leading the advance from Tantalus, cutting down, driving the Federation out of Denobula, threatening to surround General Martok's fleet as well as Arcturus Prime. They managed to pull back, but they very nearly risk encirclement. The ultimate goal of this Jem'Hadar advance was to reach Waytarn, and in so doing, close the Balaris Pocket and take out 3 Federation fleets. This doesn't quite happen though. The Dominion are stopped at Corinth, and the Federation manage a withdrawal from the Balaris Pocket, though they of course surrender not only Balaris Prime, but Nibia and Regulus, putting the Dominion in striking distance of Vulcan, now placing Andoria in jeopardy. And further afield, on the outer front, the Dominion Fleet Group Gamma turns its attention on the Klingons, driving them from the Janus system, a major starbase. The Klingons will be driven all the way back to Arcadia. With this, Gowron is forced to consider abandoning his front line, since it might be compromised. If the Dominion break through at Arcadia, they will bypass most of the Klingon fleet and have a direct path to the Klingon Empire itself. So Gowron begins to make preparations to withdraw should Arcadia fall. It would also mean that the Dominion had successfully divided the Federation and Klingon fleets. So with that, we see a continuation of several of last month's battles, including the Battle of Kephiria. The Federation fleet there is continuing to hold out and driving a wedge between Dominion Fleet Group Alpha and Fleet Group Beta, but they are paying dearly for it. And the Battle of Kephiria is quickly becoming the bloodiest of the war so far. The siege of Vulcan now intensifies, with the Dominion now not only holding Babel and Basari, but also Nibia and Regulus, not only threatening Vulcan, but Andoria as well. And here we will see incredibly fierce fighting, with the very core of the Federation now under threat. Starfleet is defending doggedly, and they are making the Dominion pay for every inch, but nonetheless, the Dominion still seem to be grinding forward. And in the outer front, the Battle of Arcadia begins, which may well decide the fate of the Klingon Federation alliance. If Arcadia falls, the Klingons will likely pull back to their own borders, and the Federation will be left to fend for itself. Now, I'm going to end this here. A lot more happens this month in the form of Operation Return, but that really warrants its own video. So I will do a full breakdown of Operation Return at the end of the month, and that will be made available to everyone. I'm also considering making these videos available just general audiences. Let me know what you think about that. Otherwise, I shall leave you with this note, and that is that victory is within the grasp of the Dominion, but it is tenuous, and they really need to open the wormhole if they want to secure total victory. And until then, the Federation still has fight in them, and certainly isn't looking like it's going to give up anytime soon. See you next time.